Hey everyone, Shishir here, cash flow and profit coach for women in business who wants to scale the business fast to make more money from business without having to spend more time working in business. Today, we have amazing Marina Lotaif. I connected with her through YouTube for Bosses. Sunny learned at his YouTube program, and we've been supporting each other for a year and 2 years, I think, and I've seen her videos about the topic that I'm going to talk about, and it's incredible. The values he gives on YouTube channel is incredible. If you haven't found her on YouTube, and go and find search for Yes to Tech, and you'll find all sort of videos about the techie side of the marketing that I'm sure that will help you. Whatever your questions around the tech, I'm sure you'll come across one particular video that will help you to solve that exact problem. So thank you so much, Marina, that coming on today. I'm so grateful. The reason I want to speak to you is that a lot of women in business that I've been in contact with in my program, as well as others, and we come up with this challenge of the tech tools, the marketing tech tools, the challenge, the problem, the pains, like, oh, I'm not a techie person. How do I do this? Which one is the right for me? And I'm this sector, I'm this stage, I'm this skill. There's so many questions that come up. So it would be great to have the conversation with you and talk about this thing that finally to simplify and how it works, and be that okay, what can they do about it right now, and to take away and move forward in the business much faster. So thank you so much for coming on today.
Well, thank you so much, Shishir, for having me today. It's literally an absolute pleasure to be here on your channel and to be able to talk to all of these people, because one of the most important things that I want to say is that I'm not a techie person myself. My background is actually in marketing and in finance, and I learned all of the tech aspects of running an online business by literally just going out and experiencing trial and error until I actually found the best solutions. And that's why Yes to Tech came into being, because I wanted to help other entrepreneurs and small business owners to say yes to tech and see how tech isn't actually this 8-headed monster that everyone puts it out to be. And tech can be easy, even if you're not tech or design savvy.
Love that. Yes to Tech. Yeah, yes to Tech. I love that. And when it comes to the techie side of things, that I come across oh my God, it's like half of the battle is just knowing the techie side of it, how it works. Forget about running the business, all of most of us in the case in analyze paralyzed and so much stuck and with the techie side, and you're an example of that. You've been through the process of how does that work for your business, and then and that's how your business is set up, saying yes to take. I love that. I love this.
Super happy to hear that, and I'm excited to dive in with all of the questions you have for me.
Yes, so I have a few questions that I've been asked, really as common question I've been asked from our audience. And one of the things I would like to start off with, what are the areas that, rather than just coming to the tool side, what are the tools? There are hundreds of them, we can go on for 4 hours, 5 hours, and still naming the tools here. So rather than talking about the tech tools first, what I'd like to talk about is the areas that the tools are needed so that they can streamline and systemize the business. So what are the areas of the business from the marketing point of view that they need tools to run the business?
That's such an excellent question. And I can give you as an answer basically based on a funnel. So if you think at the very top, we have traffic. We need people to find you online in order to get to know, like, and trust you. After you have those people, we get on to the next step, which is your email list. Those people who already know, like, and trust you, but want to learn more and get more content from you. And at the very bottom of that funnel, we have the sales, because no business is successful if at the end of the day, you aren't generating cash or revenue for your exact business. So let's go through each of these 3 steps. Mm-hmm. So for traffic at the very top, how do you go about accomplishing that? Well, there are 2 different ways that you can think about it. On one end, you can think about having your website or a blog where you produce different kinds of content every single week to attract your target audience. And the great thing about your website is because that it's your own domain. So you own that. Even if something disappears, for instance, if Instagram would disappear, your website is still there, the content is still yours, so you wouldn't lose all of your hard work. On the other end, we have YouTube. And YouTube is literally amazing since people are already going to the platform naturally to find the answers to the questions that they have. So YouTube has a built-in audience, and your target audience, there's like a 99% chance that they're already there. So if you can create content and create YouTube videos that answers your target audience's most burning questions, your video will rise to the top even if you don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, just because you're answering the very best question that that person has. Then going down the funnel, going on to step number 2, we have your email list. And to grow your email list, you actually have to offer something for your audience in return. They're not just going to put their email list there and be like, okay, I'm going to receive messages from Shishir or from Marina, because they need something to capture them to go there. And you do that through a lead magnet or an opt-in incentive, which will help make your audience's life easier or help them achieve results faster. So this can be a workbook, a cheat sheet, a checklist, an ebook, a spreadsheet, a template, or anything that you can imagine. Doesn't have to be long, just so that you capture your target audience's attention so that they give you that email in exchange. For that, you can actually use a platform called ConvertKit, which is super, super easy to use and is great since you can tag and segment your subscribers. And that's great because even if you're talking about different topics, or if you have people in different stages in their business that you're actually targeting, you can go and talk to that specific group of people rather than your entire list as a whole.
Yeah.
And then at the very bottom of the funnel, we actually have your sales. We actually have to help you make money. So when you're planning on selling something online, you can either think about it in terms of products or in terms of services. So you can offer your time as a product. You can ask and offer one-on-one coaching where you just sit down with someone for 15, 30 minutes, 1 hour even, and you just break down all of their problems so that they get answers to what they're looking for. Or on the other end, you can actually create a product, such as an online course, an ebook, or even create a template or a cheat sheet that they can use and pay for to help them achieve their results faster. For that, they can actually use Teachable, which is a really easy drag and drop editor where they can place everything that they want in, or even schedule those one-on-one coaching calls.
Yeah.
And going back to the very beginning, in terms of your website and blog, let me also mention a platform that you can use, which is really, really easy. It's actually called Wix, and it's awesome because even if you're not tech savvy, you don't know how to create a website yourself, you can do it yourself since it's all drag and drop. If you want to add an image, just drag that image onto the page. So all of these platforms, Wix, ConvertKit, and Teachable, make growing your online business a breeze.
That was awesome, really comprehensive answer, Marina, that you've broken down at 3 stages: the traffic and the leads and the sales. And so it's so simple for anyone to understand and figure it out, like what do they need to get more traffic. And I agree with you that YouTube is like, it's a search engine, and it's anyone wants to start with getting more traffic. YouTube, wow, that's amazing. And yeah, you talk about list building and talk about then the sales. You broken down really, you simplify the process really beautiful way, and thank you so much for that.
Of course, my pleasure. I feel like online business and creating an online business is actually simple when you know the steps that you need to follow, as well as the tools that you need to use in every single step of the way.
Yes, and because what I come across, talking to women in business, and they get hung up in analysis paralysis and like, okay, but what do I do now? Like, do I go for this? Do I go for this? And they're like, okay, what do you need to get moving in business comes faster? Where are you stuck? And so that's what you invest in, nothing else. Not, so you've broken down really well in some three areas, and that's fantastic. Okay, my next question would be to is that so what are the tools that you would recommend? There are hundreds of out there and different so it's literally so much to go through in terms of if we're just naming the tools. But if you have to pick the tools based on is someone starting a business point of view as opposed to someone who's already in existing business point of view, because there are different goals and different challenges in the business. So what advice that would you give to them? And what are the tools that you recommend that use them, if you use them in your client businesses, or what's your take on this?
You're totally right. I love your approach to this question because not everyone is at the same stage of their business. And someone who's just starting out will have completely different goals and aims from someone who already has an established business. So if you're just starting out in your business, my goal for you would be to focus on content creation, be it on creating content for your website, for your blog, or even on creating videos for your YouTube channel. And you can test different kinds of content to see what works best and what best resonates with your target audience. Both if you have a website, a blog, or even a YouTube channel, you can view those people who are actually coming and landing on your content. You can see their gender, you can see their age, you can see different aspects of their life and be like, am I creating content that actually resonates with the people that I want? Or did this just randomly resonate with a whole bunch of random people who I don't wish to target? So your goal, if you're just starting out, is to put as much quality content and focus here on quality over quantity, but put as much quality content out there that directs directly to your target audience's pain points and desires. Just think about, get in their mind and see what they would like and create content on that. Now, if you're on the other side of the spectrum, if you already have an established business, well, you already have those people who consistently flock to you, who come and read your blog posts, watch your YouTube videos, open up your emails. And your goal at the end of the day is to get more people just like those, as well as get those people who are already there to purchase from you, to buy your products and services. So in order to get those people who are already there to consume your content, there are two different things that you can do. You can consistently sell them different types of emails every single week, promoting your free content, promoting your products, promoting your services, just talking about new ideas you've had, just to build this further sense of like, know, and trust with your existing audience. And you can also do Facebook ads to retarget those existing content that you have to those people who are already there. Another thing that you can do is to create webinars, because webinars are a wonderful way for you to sell your products and services without being salesy. And that's because you're spending a whole chunk of the time that you're there live on the webinar, actually interacting one-on-one with your audience on a live actual level, and you're giving them quality content for free. So when you get to the paid part and asking them to take that next step, they will be more ready to open up their wallets and give their money to you.
That was awesome. That was really comprehensive answer to with someone looking for the specific answer about, okay, what do I do now? I'm at this stage, this scale of the business, and I'm at this sector of the business. So yeah, that was really impactful. Thank you so much. So what are the common mistakes that you come up when it comes to entrepreneurs investing, not investing or investing in not right tools or not, what's your take on this? Like how do you, and what have you witnessed that what have you come across that people make mistakes around this aspect?
I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, they focus on themselves first rather than on their target audience or on who they're actually there to serve. So they think that an idea that they had to create a particular piece of content, this can be either free or paid, is wonderful before actually just thinking about and scaling back and being like, will this actually help my audience get their results faster or make their lives easier? Because at the end of the day, your business is not for you. It's actually offering a service for someone else.
Love that.
So whenever you're creating something new, you need to be completely know if that is something that will benefit your audience on some level. And there are different ways that you can know who your target audience is. And I feel like that would be the answer to your question, is people not really knowing who their target audience is and thus creating a bunch of different kinds of content just to see if something works. So to figure out who your target audience is, there are a few different approaches for you to do that. One of them is just to think about who you are and where you were a few steps back, because those few steps back are probably where your target audience currently is. So if you just think about in my business in terms of Yes to Tech, I had never created a website before in my life. I just went there and Googled how to create a website with no code, did a bunch of looked at different blog posts, videos, online courses, looked at a bunch of different tools, and just learned all of that. And when I reached that phase, I was like, oh, I can actually help other people to get to this finish line in a way faster and easier manner. And that's how the whole business started. So just think about where you are right now, where you were a few steps behind, and how you can help those people just go on to that next step so that they achieve their results. The other way, which is something that you do amazingly well, is to actually go and ask your audience what they're looking for and how you can help them. Because then you will know not only what they're looking for, but also the particular words and phrases that you use to when they are trying to get to what their problem actually is. Because sometimes you have an idea of what that is, but the way they phrase it is different. And if you're able to phrase it in the same way that they phrase it, then your content will be found and resonate with them on a way deeper level.
Oh, that was awesome. I guess, and I'm getting there in terms of talking to more women in business about the challenge that they have, and this is how the Profit Pioneer Accelerator program was born, Marina. That I started the process of interviewing female entrepreneurs in January 2020. And some of them who have interviewed in February, March 2020, they reached out to me in June. It's like, Shishir, I need help with X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, I don't have a program. I don't have anything to study at this stage. It's like, well, we can build a program together. That's how the program was born. and so I guess, yes, it's about asking the questions and having conversation and talk about. And if we change the focus from us to them, that will make our life so much simpler. And I love that when you said your business is not about yourself, it's about how you solve that for someone else who's seeking solution for that specific problem. I love that when you say that. So that was really insightful. Thank you so much for that. So my next question would be that what are some of the tips that you can offer to business owners and so that they can move away from being stuck in the business, from the techie side of things, especially to move much faster in business. And what I come across is that most of them they get so much hung up in the techie side of things. And you're a living example of that. Someone who's not a techie person who learned the process of how to fix that. And that's how Yes to Tech was born. I love that. And the story behind the brand. And so what advice would you give to someone that who are existing business and they want to grow the business much faster? They know that they're not they're supposed to be much further ahead in the business journey, but they're not at this stage there where they want to be. So what advice would you give to them?
Well, my advice would be to do something that I wish I had done way, way sooner. And it's something that benefits both those people who already have an established business, as well as those people who are just starting out, is to start a YouTube channel. And why do I say that? Because some people are like, what? I need to start a YouTube channel and not create a website or a blog? And I'm like, yes, because that's the easier way for you to start or even to grow if you have an existing business. And the best part is that you have all the tools already that you need to start and grow a YouTube channel. Yeah. YouTube is over there on the internet. It's completely free. And when you're creating videos, you don't need to be hung up on your appearance and on showing your face, because there are a bunch of different things that you can do and videos that you can create that don't involve showing your face. You can have a video or a camera that's overhead and showing something that you're doing with your hands underneath. You can just show what are things that are around you and literally show the camera on other sides of where you are. You can do a screen capture that doesn't have your face in sight. So there are a bunch of different things that you can do to create that video. And editing and even doing that different things, all you have is a software that's probably already included on your computer. For instance, I use QuickTime and iMovie, both which are free and already come on your Mac, to create and edit a lot of my videos. You can even use the camera that's either on your phone or the webcam that your computer has in order to create those videos if you do wish to show your face or just show your hands here around you. So you have all the tools already that you need, so you don't need to go out and purchase, and using them is pretty much self-explanatory. And what is great about YouTube, as I mentioned earlier, is that people are already there. So if you are looking for an audience or looking for more people to opt into your email list, or even for more people to buy your products and services, you can do all of that from just one platform.
Yeah. And I think if I have to give one advice to myself from the last 2-3 years, I would have said to myself that to start YouTube much sooner, 2-3 years ago. And yeah, I think I love the advice, because when you saw like the video format, you talk about the things that you talk about, that you care about, and when you start doing demo of what you do, that's a living proof, isn't it? Because you said, hey, I'm Marina today. Today I'm going to walk you through the process of how to do from X to Y in the Y platform without having G pain. So now you're talking about, you're actually showing them. And so that's instant credibility, and trust that you can deliver some solution to this specific problem. So that's fantastic. And they are searching for that problem in YouTube. You're not going to say,
exactly.
You're not going on the street and saying, hey, I'm Marina, I can solve this problem. Do you have this problem? No, they're coming to YouTube to find the solution for that specific problem. So I love that.
Absolutely. And when they're there on YouTube, they're literally there to watch the entire video. So unlike on Instagram or on TikTok, where they're just there scrolling through a bunch of different content, if they land on your video, there's a bigger chance that they'll watch it beginning to end. And as I mentioned before, you don't have to show your face. If you go back to the very few videos that I did when I started my channel, you would never see my face in sight. It was all a screen share with me showing what to do on my computer screen. And as I got more comfortable just showing my face, then now you see my face in every single video. But even if you get started just showing your screen using your phone, you can actually get results the same way.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so that's a wonderful stuff, Marina. So how can someone to reach out to you and find you? I'm sure that they will get so much value by reaching out to you, so that they can get unstuck with the techie side of things in the business, and the marketing point of view, that they would just get back, these are the tools, and these are the tools, and if you are in this stage or this sector and this scale of the business, and if it is what you want in the business, into your budget, and those kind of things, that because there are literally hundreds of, also you talk about the ideal clients, you talk about so much things rather than just the tools, and so how can they reach out to you and get connected with you, so that they can move forward in the business with your help?
Absolutely. So you can reach out to me at Yes to Tech. I'm Yes to Tech all around. So you can find me on my website, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and even on Twitter. But there I'm Marina Lotaif. But if you search for Yes to Tech, there will be a huge chance that you'll find me.
I love that. I love the story behind the Yesterday as well. Now I know why it's called Yesterday, and well, thank you so much for coming along today to share your insight, knowledge, know-how, and all expertise that you have around this topic. And I'm going to share this with my with my audience and people that uh, and I'm sure they're going to get a lot of value from this. And I have completely like map of the funnel that you talk about, the areas that they need, and now they just need to focus on okay what they need for that specific part, and it was really simple to understand, and that's what it is all about. So talking to you that um, has allowed this to happen. So thank you so much for being here today, and so grateful, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much for having me, Shishir. It was an absolute pleasure being here today. Thank you for taking the time to ask me all of these questions and for being so open and receptive with everything. And I will definitely talk to you very, very soon.